Chapter 2 World Population Dynamics. A quick glance. Density of population. Distribution of population. Factors affecting distribution of population. Population growth, population size, overpopulation and underpopulation, impact of overpopulation and underpopulation, population change, population composition, population pyramid, future distribution of population. There are a variety of resources found on the earth such as minerals, water, energy, natural vegetation and wildlife. But these resources can be best utilized if human resources of a particular country are skilled and hard-working. Therefore, the population of a country turns into a human resource when it is motivated and educated. The total number of people living in a particular area form the population of that area. Density of population. The world population is not evenly distributed. Only a few places in the world are densely populated, whereas large areas have very less concentration of population. There are wide regional variations in the degree of population concentration. The density of population refers to the number of people living in per square kilometer area. According to population data projections by the United Nations in 2024, the average density of population of the world was 60.31 person per sq.km. South Central Asia has the highest density of population. East and Southeast Asia come next in this category. The population density of India in the year 2024 was 488 person per sq.km, based on Worldometer's elaboration of the latest United Nations data. Distribution of population. There have been continuous changes in population distribution due to large-scale migration and varying rates of population growth. The way in which people are spread across the Earth's surface is known as pattern of population distribution. Some countries in the world are densely populated, whereas some are sparsely populated. On the basis of density, the whole world can be divided into three regions: densely populated area, moderately populated area, sparsely populated area. Densely populated areas. Fertile river valleys and industrialized parts of the world are densely populated areas. South and Southeast Asia, Europe and North America are included in the densely populated areas. South Asia includes Indian subcontinent, Bangladesh, Indonesia and river valleys of Irrawaddy and Mekong. Intensive agriculture, warm climate and fertile soil are important factors which cause dense population here. China, Japan, Korea and the Philippines are located in Eastern Asia, which account for 25% of the total population of the world. China has the maximum population in the world. Western Europe is also densely populated due to mineral resources, development of industries and a suitable climate for human habitation. St. Lawrence River Basin and the areas around the Great Lakes in northeastern America are heavily populated due to the development of industries and high standards of living. Moderately populated areas. The moderately populated areas are not found in a continuous belt. These areas are spread in the regions between the densely populated areas, central parts of USA, the tropical West Africa, Eastern Europe, southern parts of Russia, southeastern parts of Australia, central China, some parts of South America, and the Deccan Plateau of India are moderately populated. In these areas, favorable natural and economic factors encourage people to migrate from other regions. Sparsely populated areas, hot deserts, cold deserts and high mountainous regions are sparsely populated. This is due to the physical environment and unfavorable climate. The inhospitable terrain and harsh climatic conditions of these regions are not suitable for human habitation. Resources for development are also not available. The Sahara Desert, Kalahari Hot Desert of Africa, Arabian Desert, Gobi Desert, Thar Desert, etc. are the hot deserts. These regions receive very less or no rainfall, which does not support human habitation. The polar regions of Antarctica in the south and tundra region in the north, the thick forest regions of Amazon, the Zaire or Congo Basin, etc., are all sparsely populated due to unfavorable climatic conditions. Most of the human population lives in the north of the equator and not in the south of equator. Equatorial regions are sparsely populated due to high temperature, dense forests, heavy rainfall and swampy grounds. Almost 3/4 of the world's people live in two continents, Asia and Africa. 60% of the world's population lives in just 10 countries. All of them have more than 100 million people, that is, Japan, Nigeria, Russia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Brazil, Indonesia, USA, India and China. Factors affecting distribution of population. There are several factors which affect the distribution of population, such as geographical, social, cultural, and economic factors. All these factors collectively influence the distribution of population. Geographical factors. These factors include topography or relief, climate, soil, water, minerals, etc. Topography or relief. People prefer to live in plains because these are leveled lands that are suitable for agriculture, settlement, transport, and other commercial activities. Mountains always hinder the economic development due to their uneven topography and are sparsely populated. The Gangetic Plains are the most densely populated areas of India, whereas Himalayan mountains are sparsely populated. Climate. The pattern of population of any area is highly influenced by the climate of a place, that is, temperature and rainfall. Extreme climate, either hot or cold, does not allow the growth of much vegetation. There is also much scarcity of water. These conditions do not allow concentration of population. Human settlements are favored by moderate climate in which people can live comfortably amidst rich flora and fauna. Soil. Food is the basic need of the population. To grow crops, fertile soil is a necessity. Therefore, the areas having fertile soils are densely populated. Fertile plains such as the Ganga and Brahmaputra Basin in India, Huanghe Basin in China, Nile Basin in Egypt, etc., are densely populated. Water supply. Water is the basic biological need of human beings. Water is used for drinking and domestic purposes, industrial purposes, as well as for irrigation. Therefore, areas with plenty of fresh water are thickly populated. People prefer to settle in river valleys because of the availability of fresh water. Even in deserts, human settlements are found near the oases where fresh water is available. Minerals. The areas rich in minerals provide an opportunity for development of industries. Therefore, areas with mineral deposits are more densely populated. The Western and Central Europe is densely populated due to the availability of iron, copper, zinc and other minerals. The Eastern USA is also densely populated due to the mineral deposits. Stage of economic progress. Due to economic progress of an area, its population supporting capacity increases. With improved transport facilities, even if such areas have low production of particular food items, then these items can be imported easily from foreign countries. Britain, Germany, Switzerland, etc. are examples of such countries. Social factors. Areas with better housing, education and health facilities are densely populated. These areas have diverse economic activities which provide better living conditions. Cultural factors. Social customs, beliefs and attitude towards life also affect the distribution of population. Places with religious or cultural significance attract more people. Varanasi, Jerusalem and Vatican City are a few examples. Economic factor. Industrial areas provide more employment opportunities which attract large number of people to these areas. For example, Osaka in Japan and Mumbai in India are two densely populated areas. Population grows. When man started agricultural activities, the population also started growing at a faster rate. The prime reason for this is the perceived economic value of children in farming families. Children serve as extra hands on the farm and take care of parents in their old age. The distribution of population prior to the development of agriculture was only in parts of the old continent. Only a few lakh people dwelled on this earth. In 1500 CE, the world's population was about 425 million. As of 2024, it has grown to approximately 8.2 billion as per UN's World Population Prospects 2024 report, with 1 million children being born every day. The rapid growth of population since 1800 CE is largely due to improvement in food production and medical knowledge. In many parts of the world, rapid population growth causes serious problems such as food shortage and overcrowding in cities. Population size. It is generally agreed that available resources and the population of an area go hand in hand. There should be a balance between the two for maintaining optimum population in a particular area or country. Optimum population refers to a condition in which the available resources can support the basic necessities such as food, water, and shelter for all its people. A disturbance in this balance between existing population and available resources gives rise to two conditions. Some countries are overpopulated and some countries are underpopulated. Overpopulation. When the available resources of any particular area or country are not sufficient to meet the basic requirements of all its people, it is said to be overpopulated. Some major causes of overpopulation are high birth rate, low death rate, poverty, illiteracy, better medical facilities, migration of people to the area. Some examples of overpopulated countries are China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Tanzania, Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, Ethiopia, etc. Underpopulation. When the available resources of any particular area or country is much more than what can be utilized by its existing population, it is called underpopulated. In such condition, much of the natural resources remain underutilized. Some major causes of underpopulation are increase in death rate, decrease in birth rate, large-scale emigration of people from the area or country due to famine, wars and political turmoil. Some examples of underpopulated countries are Canada, Iceland, Romania, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Georgia, prairies in the USA and Canada, parts of Australia, New Zealand, Russia, Namibia, etc. Overpopulation and underpopulation cannot only be decided by the available land area of a country and its size of existing population. It depends a lot on the education, skills, awareness, technical knowledge, health, etc. of the people who can utilize the available resources efficiently and optimally and help in the development of the impact of overpopulation. The positive impact of overpopulation is that it has an abundance of human resources that can supply both skilled and unskilled labor, but there are many negative impacts. Some negative impacts are as follows. All the people do not have access to various resources to lead a comfortable life. In such condition, there is not enough resources such as food, clean water, homes and civic amenities such as electricity, healthcare and educational facilities to meet the requirements of all. This results in degradation of the living conditions of the people. There is rise in unemployment and even those who do have employment earn very little. Some people have no homes to live in. People suffer from ill health due to lack of healthcare facilities. Lack of educational facilities hinders development of skills of the people to use the natural resources efficiently. All this results in poverty and rise in crime rate, which compels the people to emigrate and settle in other countries. Overpopulation leads to degradation and depletion of natural resources such as fresh water, forests and minerals. These resources are consumed faster than they can be replenished. Large-scale urbanization, industrialization and increase in cultivable lands to meet the demands of the population leads to deforestation, which in turn pollutes the environment, causing destruction of habitats of animals and contribution to global warming and ozone depletion. Impact of underpopulation. Underpopulation can have both positive as well as negative impacts. Some positive impacts are as follows. There is sufficient resources to meet the requirements of all the people, thus allowing them to lead good life. Environmental degradation and pollution levels are low because there is less pressure of population on natural resources. Readily available job opportunities reduces the level of poverty. Social and infrastructural facilities are easily available. Underpopulated countries can invite intelligent and capable people from other countries to settle in their country and contribute in better and optimum utilization of resources, thus enhancing their economic development. Some negative impacts are as follows. Lack of human resources leads to shortage of labor and underutilization of available resources. Shortage of labor creates problems for the development of labor-intensive industries. Cost of hiring manpower is high because of its shortage, as such goods and services may be expensive. Population change. The population change refers to the change in the number of people living during a specific time period in a particular region. It can be expressed in percentage or in absolute numbers. The world population has never been stable. It has increased many folds due to the change in the numbers of births and deaths. Until 1800s, the world population grew steadily but slowly. Large number of babies were born, but they died early too. This was due to lack of healthcare facilities and unavailability of sufficient food. In 1804, the world's population was estimated to be 1,000 million. 150 years later, in 1959, the world's population reached 3 billion. In 1999, the population increased to 6 billion. In 2020, it touched 7.8 billion. In 2024, it stands at approximately 8.2 billion. This rapid increase in population is due to the increase in birth rate, increase in food productivity and better food supply, and reduction in death rate due to improvement in medical facilities. Factors affecting population change. Following are the important factors that bring changes in the population size of a country. Birth rate. The number of live births per year per 1,000 people is referred to as birth rate. Death rate. The number of deaths per year per 1,000 people is called death rate. Natural growth rate. Births and deaths are the natural causes of population change. The difference between the birth rate and death rate of a country is called the natural growth rate. The population increase in the world is mainly due to rapid increase in the natural growth rate. Migration. Migration refers to the movement of people in and out of an area or a country. It is another important way by which population size changes. This movement of people from one place to another may be within a country or between countries. In emigration, the people leave a country and move towards other countries. Sudan is an example of a country that has experienced a loss in its population due to emigration. When people arrive in a country from other countries, it is called immigration. Countries like the United States of America, Australia, Canada, etc. have gained population due to immigration. The general trend of international emigration is from the less developed nations to the more developed nations in search of better employment opportunities. Within a country, people mainly move from rural areas to urban areas in search of employment, education and healthcare facilities. Population composition. The composition of population helps us to know the number of males or females, which age group they belong to, how educated they are, what type of occupation they are employed in, and what their income levels and health conditions are. The components of population composition are age, sex ratio, literacy rate, rural and urban distribution, age group. The age composition strongly influences the rate of growth and has profound effects on social and economic conditions under which the population lives. On the basis of physiological and economic activities, the population is classified into three broad categories: children 0 to 14 years, adults 15 to 64 years, and aged 65 years and above. The children and aged are considered to be dependent population, whereas adults are considered to be working population who are economically active. The proportion of working population is high and the number of children are more in developing countries. Sex ratio. The sex ratio is most commonly expressed as the number of females per 1,000 males. This ratio should be balanced, but we find variation in sex ratio in different countries due to different reasons. For example, in developed countries like Europe, generally the number of females is more than the number of males. But in most Asian countries, including India, there are more males than females due to a few social causes. According to 2011 census, there were 943 females per 1,000 males. According to the latest National Family Health Survey in HEDS S5, in 2024, India's sex ratio is 10-20 females per 1,000 males. The sex ratio is 10-37 females for every 1,000 males in rural areas and 985 females for every 1,000 males in urban areas. The highest sex ratio is in Kerala and the lowest sex ratio is in Haryana. Literacy rate. Literacy has been defined as the ability to read and write with proper understanding. Literacy reflects the socio-economic and cultural setup of a nation, ethnic group or community. It has been observed that literacy rate is higher in urban areas than in rural areas. It is also more in developed nations than in underdeveloped ones. Rural population. Rural population refers to people living in villages, whereas those living in towns, cities and metropolis are termed as urban population. On an average, it has been estimated that 54% of the total world population is urban, whereas 46% constitute rural population. However, it has also been observed that in developing countries, the percentage of rural population is higher, whereas in developed countries, the percentage of urban population is higher. Population pyramid. The population composition of a country is studied by looking at the population pyramid, also called age-sex pyramid. A population pyramid shows the following. The percentage of the total population is subdivided into males and females in each age-sex group. The shape of the population pyramid tells us about the people. The number of children below 15 years of age is presented at the bottom of the pyramid and reflects the level of births. The top shows the aged people above 65 years and reflects the number of deaths. The population pyramid also tells us how many dependents are there in a country and how many people are economically active or working. Let us understand it better by studying the population pyramid of less developed country, Kenya, developing country, India, and developed country, Japan. Each has a different shape depending upon its population composition. Less developed country, Kenya. This population pyramid has a broad base and steeply narrows towards the top. It reflects high birth rate and high death rate. Thus, very few people reach old age. Developing country, India. This type of population pyramid has a broad base which narrows less steeply towards the top. It reflects high birth rate and less death rate among the young people and adults, which results in the availability of a large number of people of working age. Slightly broader top reflects the increase in life expectancy of the people. Developed country, Japan. This population pyramid has a narrow base, broader center with a fairly broad top. It reflects that both the birth rate and death rate are low, which results in more people reaching old age. It also shows that a majority of the population is in the middle age group and are economically active, contributing to the fast development of the country. Future distribution of population. The distribution of the world's population in the future few decades is expected to remain similar to the present. The main reasons for this could be the international laws and politics. These two do not permit the free migration from one country to another. Secondly, the sparsely populated areas have adverse climate and poor resource potential. Prospects for a large-scale expansion of population in the cold, arid or hot and wet climates seems to be far from possible. The equatorial rainforests are also not suitable for human habitation. Population in these areas may grow only if agriculture is developed by large-scale deforestation. The felling of trees may be disastrous from the world's climatic point of view. Problems related to population. The growing pressure of population has put lots of pressure on the resource base. It has also given rise to many socio-economic, cultural, ecological, and environmental problems. These problems are different in developing and developed countries. Human resources in India. Skilled, intelligent, and hard-working young people endowed with a positive outlook are the future of a nation. We have a large human resource in India. These human resources can be converted into qualitative and skillful resource by providing them proper education. Therefore, education should be provided to all. They should be provided skill development opportunities to become capable and productive in various fields. Glossary. Density. The number of people in a place in comparison to its area. inhospitable, not pleasant to live in, optimal, the best set of conditions. Old World, part of the world comprising Europe, Asia and Africa, known before the discovery of the Americas. Recap. The total number of people living in an area form the population of that area. The world can be divided into 3 regions: densely populated areas, moderately populated areas, sparsely populated areas. Fertile river valleys and industrialized parts of the world are densely populated areas. Moderately populated areas are spread in the regions between densely populated areas and sparsely populated areas. Sparsely populated areas are found in regions that have inhospitable terrains and harsh climatic conditions. Geographical, social, cultural, and economic factors affect the distribution of population. The rapid growth of population since 1800 CE is largely due to improvement in food production and medical knowledge. A disturbance in the balance between existing population and available resources give rise to 2 conditions. Some countries are overpopulated and some countries are underpopulated. The population change refers to the change in the number of people living during a specific time period in a particular region. The components of population composition are age, sex ratio, literacy rate, and rural and urban distribution. The population pyramid is also called age-sex pyramid.